Hello and welcome to almost Valentine's Day edition of Page to Frame. Our first Valentine's edition.
Day.
And we are doing the probability of love at first sight today. And these papers keep flying. Stop.
Which is a Netflix movie that came out just last year. So it is a pretty recent movie.
It came out for Christmas, right?
I don't know. I thought it did, but I was looking online and I think it may have come out before. I know it was promoted during Christmas.
It looked like it was like a Christmas movie. Because they said, too, it was like Christmas time frame, at least in the movie, because I watched the movie with you first.
Yes.
And this was requested by our very own Emily.
Yes. So, like we've said before, if you request it, we are more likely to do it. And luckily for us, Emily requested and brought to my knowledge that one of my newest favorite movies was a book. And it just says 2023. When was it released?
Wikipedia.
Normally, IMDb is like on it, but you know,
Carlos, come back and be my back warmer. Come on.
September 15th, 2023.
Hi, Jupiter.
Yes, so it premiered in September 13. Hi,
Okay,
Jupiter. Welcome to the chat and the group. Yeah, because
Does this look made when she was here? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But I do know that, yeah, I was surprised when I saw the release date because, yeah, I remember Netflix promoting it hardcore around December instead of September.
Oh, they released all the Christmas movies early.
That's
Ducky!
But yes, this is going to be exciting because there's the little differences. So I think a lot to talk about on this one.
Yes, I really did enjoy the movie. So, because for this one, I watched the movie first. So, it was a very good movie. And then reading the book after, I gotta say that I didn't judge it as much, I guess, as I would, being a book before movie person.
But yeah, I personally always like to see the movie first and then the book because when I see it the other way around, I'm more critical. And I'm like, that wasn't exactly like the book. And then I feel like I don't have as fun an experience. And I think this movie would have been that interaction had I known it was a book before it was a movie.
You're very nitpicky when you read a book first.
I am. I'm like, why didn't they do this? This isn't like the book. And in this one, while I was listening to it, because I believe we both listened to it on Spotify.
Yeah, we both listened to it.
Yeah. So this time I was like, oh, that's different. I think I like it better in the movie.
So. They did a pretty good job of it. There's definitely things that they didn't input, of course. But as you always tell me, they don't have enough time to put it in the movie, Gabby.
No. Well, I'm saying I like the movie more. Like,
You like the movie more?
Way more. Like, I think personally, based on me listening to it, it was a subpar book, but it was a fantastic movie.
I think Netflix really does really well with its movie adaptations, except some of them. There's some I have very much grievances about. Very much.
Yeah, no,
some of them.
I think they did phenomenal on this one. And they changed like 50% of the book.
They did. And I imagine people got to add. I think they could have added a little bit, tad bits here and there.
I think
they could add little flashbacks here and there that they have throughout the book. Just some. Not all.
I don't like flashbacks. I'm actually like, as a person who writes them in her own stories and understands that they're necessary at some points, for a rom-com such as this, I don't find the point to it. And the book was very much getting to know Hadley. You were following Hadley's story. She was like kind of following.
I love flashbacks too.
I hate them. They're lazy writing, just narrative, man, narrative. But again,
but she understood the story and the character's depth so much more.
Not really. Like in the movie,
I do. I understand a lot more background. I love in-depth characters. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you don't really get a lot of in-depth on him, like on Oliver, and in the movie, it's like you are falling in love with Oliver. Like they make the audience fall in love with him along with Hadley, and that's what I really like. Because really, in the book, Hadley's going through all these things, and even she, like, kind of mentions that it's like, well, is this kind of relationship all in my head? Like, am I weird about it? And in the movie, they make it seem more natural.
I mean, they do and they don't, because they mention, like, they kind of mention, like, the third-person lady. I love that they put the third-person lady.
Okay,
I love her.
All right, so let's go in at the beginning of this, all at the beginnings. Okay. So one thing I will say is that the first part is that the characters don't look like the book versions of themselves, and no one cared.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be blonde and blue-eyed, and he's supposed to be brunette with green eyes. But I will happily take Ben Hartley, okay? He is one of the most gorgeous men alive. I love him! I love his, like, look, his aesthetic, everything. Like, I've liked him since...
He really shone through with the character.
Even when he was dressed up nerdy in that flashback, I was like, I don't care. He still look hot. I don't know what you're trying to say here. But they did. So I did find that interesting that in the book, they kind of made them sound like they were like normal, regular people. But in the movie, they made them look like average people. Not to say they were both not like freakishly attractive for, you know, the average Joe. But, you know, we weren't like Angelina Jolie or, you know...
Supermodels, yeah.
Yeah, like we weren't getting these like... You know how CW always has to have pretty people? And they didn't do that with this one. Yeah. Now, again, very beautiful, beautiful lead man. Okay. But, and they made them older. So in the book, they're 17 and 18, and in the movie, they're 20 and 22.
I forgot about that tiny detail.
And then I love the Cupid lady too. I like to call her the Cupid lady, not the narrator, because in the movies she kind of plays as a little bit of a Cupid.
That's true, because you see her throughout the movie.
So that's like, she's one of my favorite. I love her acting. She comes out in a TV series called The Good Place, and I love her.
Yeah, I do love her in that.
And then if you don't know what Ben comes out as, and Ben is the lead male character, he comes out in 6 Feet Under with Ryan Reynolds' Netflix movie, as well as he comes out in what is that Queen movie? It's about their most famous song that I can never pronounce.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah, so he's the drummer in that movie. He plays...
I love The Good Place too. Yeah, I don't know if any more seasons came out of that.
I thought it was still going. It might not have been anymore. And then...
I think I only got to like the end of season 2, maybe the beginning of season 3.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, for me it kind of like fizzled out. Just because there were so many things at the time that The Good Place was going on that it kind of like... unfortunately got sent to the back. But yeah, Ben's been in a few things. He was also Angel in Apocalypse. He's done a few things.
I tried watching season 3 and I couldn't. I got so bored of it. Maybe that's what happened.
That is a possibility. I think it became very repetitive.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened. That it got so repetitive and they didn't seem the story was moving forward. You got to have movement in the story, right, Kronos?
Or was it 2 IDK? I kind of quit after season 2. But I love season 1.
That's what I said. I think I got to the end of season 2 and that's all I remember.
They changed this show storyline was off. Yeah. I mean, once the big plot twist after season 1, it just all kind of changed. the atmosphere of that show. But either way, the one of the main characters of The Good Place comes out as a Cupid type figure in Love at First Sight, and it is amazing. And so, okay, sorry, my dog is like religiously drinking water.
You don't hear her though.
Okay, good. I hear her like hardcore in my ear, and I'm like, but
jugular.
In the jug. No, I would never do that to my own dog. But
you know what I mean when I say it too.
She wants to kill Kronos in the jugular.
Yes.
No, she doesn't. Aria, you love. Well, you don't love Kronos. Kronos is too spoiled for her ass. She doesn't like spoiled.
She's spoiled too.
I'm sorry. Fully trained has.
That's why I said she's just more of a service dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what's spoiled about her. She did get popcorn today. Well, she does get toys. Oh my gosh, I spoil her with toys.
I showed you Kronos' big toy box.
That's true. And Aria's isn't as big. It's not as big.
Kronos is as big. It was that big, yeah. To be fair, he got toys from Bella.
Oh, that is fair.
I miss my baby.
But
I miss my toddler.
Oh. But
okay, anyway, before I get really sad about my toddler.
So one of the things that I found very interesting is that they did change Oliver's story dramatically. Like, he doesn't have 3 brothers, he has 1, and he's younger, not older.
That's true.
Because he's supposed to have 3 older brothers. Yes.
Sorry. My ADD is so bad right now from lack of sleep today.
What were you going to say, though?
It was probably for money. That's true. That's a very possibility.
Wait, are we talking about The Good Place?
No, the movie. Why there wasn't so many brothers.
Oh, I think it just because it didn't matter. I mean, there were side characters.
Yeah, possibly.
And, like, they never get mentioned.
The rest are kind of extras, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it worked well. They probably didn't have enough to get 3 brothers and also time because the book has enough time to talk about them. Again, they don't really talk about them in the book, like, at all. Like, they get mentioned one time where he's like, I have 3 brothers. And that's it. That's the only line in the book where that gets mentioned. And the only reason I remember, or I think that it was off, is because I had seen the movie religiously, like, every day for a month before I had read the book. So that's why I knew he only had 1 brother. I don't really mind it because his brother was able to shine in the movie than in the book. That again, he only gets the 1 line. But
well, I think it's more than in the movie.
Yeah, and
he
then
has more.
Yeah, because you see Oliver's side. Like, that's the thing in the book is I kept waiting to see Oliver's side, and it was no. Like, it was close third person because it wasn't first person, it wasn't narrative, but it never went to Oliver's side. Like, if Oliver was in the scene with her, you got his thoughts and his, like, backstory. But if he wasn't in the scene with her, there was no Oliver.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only reason that I think the movie did, like, 1,000 times better. I also think, so spoiler warning, by the way, because I'm about to talk about a twist in the
which we always should say at the beginning of every
podcast. Yes.
That we do podcasts we do.
Yes. So spoiler warning. So he actually goes to a funeral like, his dad is actually dead. Instead of in the movie where his mom is really, really sick and is about to die. And then his dad is also a jerk. And so, like, I think it's interesting because, like, Book Oliver, I was like, why is he so romantic? Why does he believe in love at first sight? Like, why is...
Well, maybe that's why he was studying it.
Well, I always thought of that as a joke. Like, I really didn't think that was...
I believe in love at first sight.
That's fair.
And you already know why. That's why he just kind of looked at me first. Like, you're like, that doesn't count.
I mean, to each their own. And I'm not discarding love at first sight. I do very much believe that there's always a huge initial attraction to someone that I don't think if it's there is a higher chance of you guys getting together.
I still believe in love at first sight.
That's fine. And that's great to do. But I think based on the book character of Oliver, I don't see how. Because he's supposed to be very statistical, very nerdy. And then he hates his father because his father cheated on his mom constantly. And he was kind of glad that he was dead. Like, it was a terrible storyline. I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
Sometimes you just have that feeling for somebody, okay?
No, that's fine. Like, I had never had any problems with Hadley and Oliver as, like, in the book and in the movie. Love at first sight is not everyone's path. Correct. That is...
It's not everyone's mental state, maybe?
No.
Life. I want love at first sight. That'd be so cute or romantic for you. I can see that happening for you, too.
I think that I don't want to say I don't think...
I think I even told Jupiter why I believe it, too.
Yeah.
So she knows.
It's
So I'll explain it in a minute.
So the thing is that I think a lot of people want that spark and that like love at first sight moment. Not everyone gets it. Did you have a love at first sight before? I did not.
How would you think you described your love at first sight then? This was my love at first sight and he loved it too.
Yes. That was, while you were at the store.
Well, no, he didn't seem excited for anybody else but me. And then when I came back for him the next day, he was ecstatic. He was jumping around his little cage and everything.
Yeah, no, Aria was not like that. She was like, why does this dude hold me?
And he, like, came right up to me, no problem. And he was all about me still back then.
He really is very, very attached. I was at work.
And me and this person just looked at each other and fell in love right away. I felt unconditional love for them. I still do to this day. I hope life brings us together, but life was taking us different places. Aww.
Okay, so you do.
We're still talking about this.
They told me they felt the same way. So yeah, that's not the same as unrequited. Unrequited means like...
They told me that they felt the same way too. Aww.
But either way, unrequited to me has always been like when you love someone and they don't love you in that way back. And to me, that, even though you might have experienced love at first sight, I don't think it's love at first sight. And I don't think that's love when it's not reciprocated. Even if it doesn't work out. Like, even if like... So, like, in your scenario where you both did have love at first sight and you both did very much care about each other and loved each other, it just didn't work out. That is love at first sight. That is genuine, like, actual love because you both felt it. It was reciprocated even though it was for a short time. But unrequited is when it's not reciprocated and only one person really has strong feelings and the other person's like, that's just a person I know.
Or it's not as strong, you know.
Or it's not as strong, or it's not in a romantic sense. It's more of a platonic way. I hate when that... Don't we all, though? Don't we all?
I've had that happen a couple times, actually.
Yes. So,
actually with one person, I think, which is very odd. That's a whole other story, anyway.
But, so I do love the movie, again, more than the books, because the books slightly have math and slightly have probability, but the movie has, like...
Gossip time.
No, we're going back.
I'll tell you about that later.
Well...
I think I told Gabby about it. I might have. I don't remember.
There's a lot of things that I get told that I sometimes forget. Let's be honest. Sorry, because there's another book that this reminds me of. So, John Green, which is known for Fault in Our Stars, Paper Town. John Green, as we know, is Fault in Our Stars, Paper Town, like all these like epic, books. Actually, not that many epic books, but he's made enough good like young adult love books, and he has a book called Abundance of Catherine, and in that book there's like a lot of statistical math. I read both of them. Do you mean Paper Town and Fault in Our Stars? Both of those are good books. I read both of those too.
I probably need to read them too.
But yes, okay.
I'll love to. I still need to finish reading another book.
Yeah, so John Green, I think, is just a fantastic writer, and the way that he writes is amazing. But he has another book, because I bought there's a package on Amazon where it's like 4 books, and one of them happens to be The Abundance of Catherine. And I love that one because it's a lot of math. Like, it's literally a math nerd that is falling in love, and it's through the perspective of the guy falling in love with, like, Catherine. And I love it. Like, it's so math-oriented, plus love. Like, my nerdy brain loved it. So, I was thinking that the book, The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, would be very much similar to that, but it wasn't. Like, yes, he had nerdy lines, but there was never, like, she wasn't the nerdy one, so it didn't come out as nerdy as the movie does, where, like, the movie's just spitting out, like, probabilities. Like, it is leaning into that probability title, and I love it.
That's why I said I love that, well, as you deemed Cupid, I love that aspect in the movie.
Yeah, I think she was, like, one of my favorite characters. And the only reason that I say that she's more Cupidish than narrative is because she interacts with the characters in the story.
She does, that's true.
And that's why, like, it always makes me think of, like, Cupid that's, like, behind the scenes kind of trying to maneuver things. Or even, like, Santa Claus in those Christmas movies where, like, a miracle happens and, like, a random dude's like, funny how that happened, and you're just supposed to assume that he's Santa Claus or a Santa Claus figure. That's kind of what I thought when I thought of her, and I think she's done a fantastic job. Like, beautiful. I love this movie. Okay, I really love this movie. The book is okay. Like,
the book's okay.
The book is fine. Like, here's the thing. Like, I do like that I got to learn more about her. Right, like, I liked the whole, like, side story in the book where it's the dad, and she thinks that he's, forming a new family without her, and there's, like, those insecurities of, like, when your dad and mom divorced and all that stuff. I thought it
gets the more emotional depth of the story.
Very beautiful and understandable why she thinks it's crazy that she even has this connection with this other person. Think it's wonderful. Think it's lovely. But in the movie, it's all about the love story. It's all about risking it all.
Well, love sells, okay? They have a couple main things that sell, okay?
No, I love it. I mean, I literally majored in rom-com in film school. Like, it was my go-to genre.
I actually never knew that.
Oh, yeah. So that's a fun fact. I actually passed my production 1 class because I was in my teacher's mind a rom-com writer. Because my final was a horror film that was the worst thing on the planet. Like, I never thought that something could be created that badly, but I did it. I created a horror film so badly that it should never have seen the light of day. And it was my final for my production class. And I was scared because I knew I should have failed. And my teacher was like, you did such a good job in all your other rom-com scripts that I'm going to let this one slide because rom-com and horror are on the opposite sides of the spectrum. And the fact that you even tried is the only reason I'm passing you. But we both agree that movie was terrible, right? Like, me going, yes, we both agree. And then my junior year, which was my last year at my film school in the States, I was known for more of a video editor, but then I did a rom-com scene and I directed it very well, and they were like, oh my God, you like can do rom-com. And I'm like, I love rom-com. Like that's like my default. Like that's the easiest genre I can do. And they're like, you are where rom-com's one of the hardest because it's both love and comedy, which you have to get both timings right, and it's like very difficult. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So then I made, for my senior thesis and final in my junior year, I did, and that one I've been kind of debating redoing in animation because I really love the premise of it. But it's basically Nerd Night, and it is a nerdy girl that goes to a speed dating, and every guy gives her, like, me and my bestie went down the rabbit hole of cheesy, nerdy lines. We had things
I remember we had this conversation.
So I did that, and that was, like, the funnest thing ever because, like, there were lines that we didn't even use, like Pokemon hit-ons and, like, Hogwarts, like, wouldn't you like to see my wand? Type of, like, cringe, funny little things. And then, no, it was perfect because, like, so there was one that was, like, a Gremlin reference, and I don't know why I chose to not cut. I chose to not cut a scene because of, because, like, I was just so in, like, the moment of, like, seeing the scene play out, and this guy, like, delivers a line so beautifully that, like, as soon as he says it, I had to say cut because the entire room, you are talking about the crew, the extras, the cast, everyone started to burst out laughing. It was so funny, and I was like, the joke was funny, and then your punchline was even better. Like, it's just, like, oh my God. And I'm like, you are aware that's going in the edit. Like, that take is going in the edit. And then when he didn't realize that, like, for our director class, it was to all our film school. So it was, like, the chairman, like, all the top people in our school system, in our university or whatever. And he's like, they saw me say that line. They never saw the script. I never delivered a script. They don't know you ad-libbed. He's like, okay, good. Because it was funny. But it also might have gotten me in trouble. And I'm like, that's fair. It was a crude, crass joke, but it works within the theme of, like, the rom-com. And so, like, I love rom-coms, and I think, like, they are the best thing ever. They are my, like, go-to, like, little movie thing, and I love this one because it had both the rom-com that it focused on, and like I said, and I think in the book you kind of just understood that she was falling in love with this dude, but in the movie you were falling in love with Oliver. Like, you were seeing his quirkiness, you were seeing his side, his interactions. Like, I don't know, like, I fell in love with Oliver in the movie, and in the book I was like, okay, she's into this dude. Oh well. But in the movie I was like, you guys have to meet up! You can't just... No! The whole thing.
You're all for it.
Yes! I was in! I told you, since I saw it release, I thought it released in December. Apparently Google says it was September. If anyone can fact check that even better than I can, go for it. I trust Google a little too much. But I saw it in December, and I literally watched it every day to the point where my brother was like, you know there's other movies, right? And I went...
Other movies exist in the world.
Do other movies have statistical probabilities while a cutesy movie about British people? Well, an American and a British person?
Your British movie. Your British theme.
I do. Love Actually, one of my favorite movies. I love Me the Brits. If I could move to London today, I'd probably do it.
It's very expensive.
That's why I don't do it.
She's like, that's why I refuse.
That's why I'm a Texas girl.
Have to save a lot of money for it.
We should do that.
I know somebody out there.
I know a few people out there. I know a lot of compositors out there.
Actually, I think I know 2 people out there.
Yeah, I know a few people that I could definitely hit up because they live in London. I know because they show me all their Facebook pictures and I'm just like, I want to be there.
I want to visit.
I know.
So, Steele got me a star for Valentine's Day.
Yay.
And now I can't figure out how to open it. Well, I mean, it's kind of weird.
But see, you have romance in your life. I don't have romance in my life. Ari is my Valentine.
You haven't found a guy that resonates with you, right? Again.
Yeah.
We'll see. It has a bright light. I don't know if do I have a pretty... It shows me where my star's at. Look, I even got a pretty... Apparently, it's by... it's in the Pisces constellation.
Woo! But what were the things you liked? Did you like the book more or the movie more?
I don't know, because I like learning more of the backstory, but that's just me. But I really like how they did the movie. You really felt it, but I don't know. I felt really in the moment.
What I do want to do though is I want to do a quiz. Not a quiz. I want to do, not for this channel, for my channel, VFX Mage. I now rewatching Love at First Sight for like the 100th time. I want to make the graphic where they introduce Oliver and when they introduce Haley, what's her name? I can't remember her name.
You made me totally freeze too.
Hadley.
I was like, something with the H.
I knew that much. But no, yeah, so when they do the graphic, when they're showing her and her age and all this stuff, I really like it. I think it's a simple enough graphic to teach people how to make it. I'm not a film nerd. I don't do post-production for fun. I thought I turned notifications on. Is that Emily?
That is Emily. Emily, we're doing your book.
That's right, Ems. Hi, cuties. Yes.
And she's like, I thought I put it on. I told you we were doing the stream soon.
But man, okay, I'm not gonna lie though. This movie sold me on Ben. Okay, Ben Hartley is one of the most gorgeous men alive. And he's the reason I keep rewatching this movie. I don't mind his nerdiness.
Light obsession with, blonde and colored eyes.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not like my mom is blonde with green eyes too and super white. My dad laughs because he's like, we have the same taste in people. I'm like, that's true.
I did too. I can't say anything, but I think my main thing is more colored eyes. So
I feel bad because I love colored eyes, but I do know that they statistically have more illnesses in the eye because they're colored. Like my grandpa got so many eye diseases because his eyes were colored. Oh. Yeah. So that's why
I think I remember hearing a documentary that actually colored eyes are actually conformity or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mutation.
Like yeah, there you go. Mutation.
But that's a good mutation to have. It's desirable.
It's greedy.
Mutations are
exactly.
Look at the X-Men. You understand. I love it. I'm an X-Men hardcore. Super Rogue fan.
I have blue eyes. I can't relate. No, you don't.
Wait.
I like Kitty too.
I was like, he doesn't have blue eyes.
I like Rogue too, though. She can steal everything.
I think Rogue is more powerful than she lets on, and especially in the comic books, now that she can control her abilities, it's so much stronger, and I love it. But she's not an Omega. She's just an Alpha.
We weren't that close face to face. Just see your eyes like that.
To know. No, my mom has green eyes, but she has those kind of green eyes that, like, in the right lighting will look hazel. And in the right lighting might even look blue, and I hate it.
Yay, poopy brown eyes club. To be fair, mine are the same. Mine are brown too.
How dare you not get close?
Well, we will get super close. I will touch your face, and we will get a picture next time because I did not get a picture.
That's fair. I don't take a lot of pictures at all. For like being
I know. I have to like demand pictures when I'm with you.
like for being very social media oriented, like doing all these videos, like I have this channel and I have my own YouTube channel, like I really hate taking pictures. To be fair, if I didn't love creating content, I would hate to be in front of the camera. A lot of people ask me, they're like, why are you in front of the camera? I'm like, I feel like people need a face to see, and my face is the only one I got.
All we're missing is Pixie now, too. She just, like, messaged me a video on TikTok.
I love this community, man. Oh, by the way, so our link tree is linked to our Twitch, and right now we have a free PDF that if you click on it, will show you all the book to film adaptations or book to TV show adaptations for 2024. They will also have links to the books on Amazon. If you guys want to check those out, it's just like a list. Like it's just all there for you guys in case you guys are interested in book to film adaptations for 2024.
Yes, if you want to give us any suggestions for any future.
It's not guaranteed we'll do any of those or all of those. It's just like I thought it would be a fun thing that you guys might want is a list of book to film adaptations for 2024 because there were so many. Like I was very shocked at how many there were. Wait, what?
Which is what I'm calling Gabby now. G, because it rhymes with Tig, kind of.
Oh, that's fine. I've been called G before.
Just so I'm going to spell Jupiter for this. Jupiter does human design, which is really neat. Where she tells you a couple things about yourself. I found it very empowering.
Me too.
If anybody wants to ask her about it, I'm sure she'll be more than welcome. She does that on her Twitch and her YouTube.
And then if you want, and then if you can get me her information, I have her Twitch information, but I don't think I have her YouTube. What we can do is link it down in the description down below. So when I edit this, and I put it on YouTube, it will have her sources so that people, if they are interested in that, can always do that.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm down for... I was like, Gabby has like a lot of jobs. I will also be streaming on Wednesday on my own channel, VFX Mage. I already posted it on my socials, which just, I will be doing the top 10 moments of Phase 1 Marvel. Because I am a super nerd.
But anyway, now that we have quite a few people here, who believes in love at first sight? And Emily, which one did you like, the movie or the book more?
Yeah, so Ems, we talked about how like 50% of it was not accurate to the book. Like basically all of Oliver's storyline and plot was changed dramatically. But I like it because then you can see the hopeless romantic. And I believe like the Oliver that they made in the movie would definitely do the gesture that he does at the end of the book. Versus the cynical one in the book not do that in real life. But I am happy though that it's a short book. It's like only 5 hours comparatively to the books that we have been reading that are like 10 to 20 hours. And I'm like, who has time?
You're like, yay, short book.
Yep.
I literally read it. I would have picked movie.
I'm telling you, it's just the way that it was set up and it like leaned into that probability title than the book. Ems, have you read the book An Abundance of Catherine from John Green? It's also kind of a nerdy love book. I like it. I just like math.
Time for sending the books because like a lot of it did not stick as well as I usually do when I read books.
I haven't.
Should I? She's so excited now. I'll order it.
Yes, I liked it. I personally loved it. An Abundance of Catherine. They were going to make it into a movie, but for some reason they haven't. Kind of sad about that. They've done a lot of other junk.
Because they're just grasping at straws now in Hollywood, apparently. So, I mean...
They might, yeah. Like Roads of Thorns is becoming a series sometime this year or next year. I'm like...
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like a brand new book. It like just came out not that long ago. I also know they put One Day on Netflix. Yes. So if you see the poll on Facebook for our channel, we have on there.
I think it expired. We need to put it up again.
Okay, so we'll put it up again. But I did put One Day as a possibility for March, as for us to read it and then see the show and then the Anne Hathaway movie. But I loved the Anne Hathaway movie. But I love all things Anne Hathaway. But yes, I do like One Day.
Brookie kept this tabbed up. Thank you, Brookie.
Thank you. And One Day is on that PDF list.
Between 9 and 8 for some reason, but I think it changes because there's some bots in here.
That's fair. That's fine.
Did you guys see After? I think the series of movies.
Yeah, it's 3 movies. Yeah, it's
like 3 different movies, right?
Yeah. It did not interest me. It unfortunately was not my cup of tea, at least it looks like.
I watched the first 2, I think, and I don't think it's After.
They don't need to make so many movies.
Books were better, but not at the same time. They dragged it on. Yeah, that's why I guess I was like, okay. Could have been 3 movies. It is 3 movies. Wait, what could have been 3 movies? I'm confused now.
I feel like we're talking about a lot of topics all at the same time.
The last 3 were missed the ending on episode 3, but I like it. Oh, wait, what? Okay, all books. They didn't need to make so many movies. The last 3 were ridiculous. Books are better, but not all at the same time. They dragged it on. Okay, After could have been 3 movies. Whereas they stretched it out so much. I knew Emily would like you there too. They stretched it so much. It was like 5 books. Oh, okay.
Oh, dang. I don't know. After makes me think of like Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. And I got feelings about those that Jess already knows. And we will talk about on Thursday or whenever we stream again.
Well, we might do that on Thursday, yeah, still.
Okay.
Because that's a topic we already had set aside that came up so brilliantly.
Yes, you did do a fantastic job. I appreciate that, yes. It isn't like either.
It was an epiphany, okay? I was very happy about my epiphany. It was a shower epiphany, too.
Actually, statistically, a lot of great ideas come out in the shower.
I know, that's why I called you right after I came out of the shower, and I was like, guess what?
They could have been combined, and it wasn't like either. Okay, if it's not like either, maybe I'll give it a try. Right now, we're just reading so many things that, like, unless this is a request, then we might put it in our lineup, which we could.
Yes.
The shower.
We have right now, I think we're going to pick 2 for March. We're going to do we're going to start doing Tuesdays. We're going to start doing the chats of the books we do. And then the quiz. Next Tuesday, we're going to do the quiz. Mm-hmm. And Thursdays, we're thinking about going ahead and doing topics only.
Or Q&As.
Do you have any ideas on topics too? Okay. We'll see you back in a minute. We'll miss you.
Yeah, so it just depends on what topics we come up with. I think Thursday will be a good one. Sorry, I'm doing so many things at once. Yeah, Abby just needs to make full-time YouTube. If I was full-time on YouTube and full-time on Twitch, I think I'd be happy with life. I say that, but I love, like, client work too, so I lie. I do like those emojis. There's no quiz today. My brain
isn't brain. That's next Tuesday.
No, yeah. So next Tuesday. So basically, how we have it set up so far is, we are only So we are only doing a book to movie every 2 weeks. So one Tuesday, the first Tuesday, will be us chatting about the differences between the book and the movie and our thoughts. And then the next following Tuesday will be when we do the quiz. So that's when we'll do like the little competition and all that stuff. And then we'll keep trading off the talk and then the quiz, the talk and then the quiz. Just because of a lot of our books and a lot of our content is either a series that requires at least 6 hours of consuming, plus 10 to 20 hours of a book reading, or in my case, listening to an Audible. And I hope that made sense. But there's a lot of books like in the past that people like have done that I really, really want to do. Like I have a whole list of like old book to movie things that I'm like,
I think we might end up like switching off like current and things we want to do.
yeah. I think it won't be until like we're like real popular. I think in a year or two we might do Harry Potter. I don't think we could do Harry Potter right now.
Unless, yeah, I don't know when the show is supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, I think there was a pause in that because they're going to do Legacy first. And then I think they're doing the Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think they are coming out with the Legacy, or Curse the Child.
No, Legacy. So they're doing one that is based on the game that was highly popular. So,
that makes sense.
But they are, I think, also doing Cursed Child, which I hate that. It's not even a book J.K. Rowling did. She just put her name on it.
Script for a play.
Well, no, it was like she didn't even create it. Someone else did, and then she like co-wrote it with them, and I'm like, that's a money grab. I don't like it. Guys, yes?
Forgot to tell us what.
We're all ears.
You got your first tattoo? How could you forget to tell us such a thing?
Brave soul, brave soul. Oh, yeah.
I want to see it. I'm surprised you didn't send me a picture. I'm offended.
With their best friend? Oh, that's so sweet.
That is awesome.
That's funny. Because Tiger just
I could not convince Gabby for the life of me to get a tattoo with me. We got the Deathly Hollows.
Ooh, that one would be a good one.
We would get that. I'd be down to get it. Be down to get any Harry Potter tattoo, almost.
Okay, here's the thing. I've made my condition, and you know what my condition is. If we make 2,000.
You said 1,000. Don't lie to me.
No, it was 100K. It was never 1,000. That was never 1,000 because I know that's very doable. It was 100K, and if we do 100K subscribers on YouTube, I will gladly suck up my fear and do a tattoo. Preferably, yes.
Jupiter was down to get a tattoo.
Jupiter was down to get a tattoo?
Yes, she has tattoos like I do.
Look, I am terrified of needles for multiple reasons. I am also terrified.
I passed out. How did you pass out? You're a nurse.
It doesn't mean that they don't like it done to them.
But she's a nurse.
Tattoos therapy is really a thing.
It really is. I need one so bad.
It's not for everyone. See, Jupiter says it's not for everyone. And it's the size of a quarter. Yeah, I mean, like, if we get a tattoo, mine would be, like, hella small. Mine would be, like...
I got my back done.
But I would want it somewhere where I could see it. Because I think, like, if I can't see it, it'd be more for me, right, than, like, anybody else. So I might do it, like, I don't know. I don't know where I would do it.
I'll do it on this arm.
I hate needles. Myself, I don't even wear earrings. My ears, because it freaks me out. I also pass out when I get my belly button pierced. Yeah, I got gauges.
Totally about that. I got my tongue pierced. I got 2 earlobe piercings. I got 2 dape piercings. Oh, that feels good. I'll start pulling my dape piercings.
That's what I say about tattoos. It's for me. That's true. Oh yeah, that it would be for me, yeah. But yeah, so I think it would be an accomplishment if we do 100K subscribers on YouTube. That would definitely motivate me to get a tattoo with Jess.
Say hi.
Quonos! Kronos! Do you remember me, spoiled doggy?
Here's a wolf.
Yeah, a little bit.
Don't get down.
Oh my god, Arya's straight up passed out.
Come here. You're gonna be trapped there.
Arya's asleep. She's like, I'm down. I'm out. She's literally spread out.
Okay, get behind me. Come on. Baby. Peace out. It's definitely for me too. Definitely. He was coming to tell me he needs to go out because somebody was ignoring him.
Poor baby.
Poor Emily. Now you gotta send a picture.
Hey man, tattoos are cool. I'm terrified of them. So I don't think that I would do what the Hulk does, which is Mark Ruffalo, where like all the original Avengers.
Harry Potter or Avengers?
No, I would do Harry Potter because ours is a book to film adaptation.
Okay, fine. Hey, you said comic book.
Kind of counts, yeah. Oh, I'm seeing what's that movie? Meg, the new Spider-Man movie that isn't Spider-Man.
We already discussed this. I refuse.
Oh, I'm watching it for free. Our apartment complex is having like a movie night since we have a movie theater right next door. Like literally, you don't cross the street. Like you go past the parking lot to the other adjacent parking lot. And you're at the movie theater. So they're paying for our tickets to go see it next Tuesday. So next Tuesday our stream might be earlier by a lot because I have that event.
I was saying she was saying that Marvel counts the other day because she was talking about doing that movie.
I forgot what it's called. It's that Spider-Man movie.
I don't remember either because I was like, I don't want to watch it. It doesn't have Spider-Man in it. I don't want to watch it.
And it's not even accurate to the count.
And she's like, we can do it. And I was like, but that's not the theme that we're really going with. Yes, the girl went.
Madam Web.
I guess came out.
Madam Web.
Madam Web, that.
It was driving me crazy.
Madame.
I have heard, though, that it's bad.
I'm sure I'm going to hear all about it from you.
Like, it's really bad.
There's a lag? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Madam Web.
The person said it's a different universe than Spider-Man.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. But that makes sense.
So Sony has come out, and it's part of the Sinister Six universe, which they're still in debates whether it's going to be the Andrew Garfield one. It's definitely not the Tobey Maguire one.
Welcome back, Ducky. Sorry.
But to my understanding, it is supposed to be like, there is supposed to be a Spider-Man. It's not the Tom Holland one. They took that out. It originally was, and then now it isn't. They're going back and forth, and it's really annoying.
They don't know what they're doing with the live?
They don't know what they're doing with the Sony universe. Honestly, the thing is that they don't want to give up rights to these characters, so they're making movies. Because the more movies they make, the longer they hold the movie rights for these characters.
Deadpool 3. They actually have Deadpool on Disney, amazingly.
I just finished watching Deadpool 2 on Disney+. It gives me so much hope for Deadpool 3.
I really hope they're going to do it justice.
Well, Ryan was a huge part of it. And the trailer that just came out looks so good. So good.
Are you going to be a good little doggy now? Huh?
Deadpool called himself the Marvel Jesus.
The Marvel what?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It's so great.
Babies. You going to be a good co-host now?
He's like, I'm not a co-host. I'm the star. It's exactly what Cronus is thinking.
Come on. He fell and he's all scared now. He ran away. He jumped up and like did the 180 and fell. And he's like, I'm going to run away now.
He's so sweet. He's technically saving the multiverse. He is. I am very interested to see how they're going to do it. Because they have the TVA. Yeah, they have the TVA. That's part of Deadpool 3 now. I have the TVA shirt. That's like the only thing I bought because I love Loki. Yeah, TVA,
TVA.
love them. And they're coming out in Deadpool 3. And Deadpool 3 is supposed to like revive the MCU and honestly,
It makes sense too, because with all the things, yep, it makes sense. Different timelines and all that fun jazz.
well, yeah, no. But either way, I mean, Marvel is at a tipping point where if they have like one or two more bad movies, no more Marvel. Now, Sony doesn't count as Marvel, so Madam Web doesn't count as Marvel.
It's so sad. Didn't I'm also bad with things right now. I think everybody's favorite Spider-Man at this point.
Tom Holland?
Well, he said he gave it up, didn't he?
The thing is, his 3X structure was done, so his contract with Marvel and Sony was up. Now, I do believe Sony is making it difficult for him to come back, because both Sony and Marvel have to agree on his Spider-Man coming back. But he did say he was down for it. But now they are taking a little bit longer, where he's kind of like, well, now I'm kind of like done with the role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's been a few years between, like, not that many, but a good amount where he's starting to rethink. Like, he's getting older and stuff like that. I do think a huge part of it is because Sony is, they're trying to get their universe to hit off. So.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, Andrew Garfield said that he wouldn't be involved if Marvel wasn't involved. So yeah, Madam Web was supposed to have a lot more Spider-Man in it, and it didn't because Andrew Garfield denied. Which is fair. Sony messed up his deal. The reason that there isn't a third Spider-Man is all because of Sony. Nothing to do with Andrew Garfield. Well, I mean, also his second movie really tanked. But so did Spider-Man 3, to be honest. From Tobey Maguire. So,
yeah,
I think he still could have gotten a third one. But, to my knowledge, Andrew Garfield has denied coming back to Sony if Marvel was not involved. Because he came back for No Way Home. But that's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And he loved it. They talk about their experiences and stuff. And even Toby will be like, yeah, we were so welcomed in and I don't know what. It's funny, I rewatched that with my brother and we both realized that it's actually not a great movie. Like, half of it's actually really subpar. But we don't care, because once all three Spider-Mans are in the same movie, I literally...
It's awesome, and then you're all excited, and then...
Yeah.
At least the first time you watch it, you're stoked.
No, still stoked. But I start No Way Home from their appearance. I, skip all the, hour that it takes to get there. I'm like, I don't care about it. This movie starts when Andrew and Tom get there. So, that's my thing with that one. That one was great. It's a great meme. I love how we started talking about Marvel and went off of the adaptation that we did.
That we said we weren't going to do.
Yeah. And it's getting late, guys, and I have a early call. So, let's go back to specifically the statistical probability.
Emily's like, I like to hang out. I need this in my life.
Oh, we love having you here, Ems. And I mean, I'll probably get on Discord right now. Just can tell me whichever one you guys are on. While I'm walking Aria.
I think Lockie is live right now, so they're probably playing. I don't know if he's just playing by himself. Is he playing by himself?
Oh.
Is he playing by himself? I'm not going to say anything until I'm off, because I want to hear my intro.
Because you want to hear your
guys,
what?
Boy, guys are both playing Dead by Daylight with Ducky. Okay. I don't care about his chat.
We appreciate it. Sorry, but going back to the statistical probability, this game is easy to hide and ignore. That's funny. I had someone contact me and ask me what I do for Twitch streaming, and I was like, I talk about books and film adaptations. I don't play video games. I did. I played COD for a good minute, and I tried to do Hogwarts Legacy.
They can pull their weight fronts. They're doing their thing.
Yeah, I think for Call of Duty, when I played it, my whole job was to not die.
I tried playing with her. I died.
I died
A lot.
No, actually, I didn't die a lot. I was actually pretty decent.
I know, I died more than you. That's why I tell everybody I'm not very much for a shooter game. And that's why Emily has to save me in Fortnite all the time.
I haven't tried Fortnite, but I also don't have a gaming computer. And I have no Fortnite for the PS5. Or PS4.
It's free on PS5.
Oh, then I might get it. Who knows? Gabby's too busy though right now. I'm like trying to do both this channel, my channel, and have a day job. Have 2 day jobs.
She's like, I have a lot to do, guys.
I know. I haven't even done my video for this week. I'm actually really sad at myself.
You can do it, and I need to step up more, and I'm gonna try better. That's why I ended up probably sleeping only an hour and 30 minutes. I'm gonna try and fix my sleep schedule instead of the way it is right now.
That's fair. It's understandable. Okay, but okay.
It gave me a Disney Plus ad.
Ooh, I have a Little Caesars.
It knows me so well.
All right, so going back to full circle, full topic. The statistical probability. Clearly, it was loved. It was very different. The Oliver in the movie versus the Oliver in the book, and not their interactions. Their interactions were pretty spot on. I really liked them. There were things that I like that they modernized. So I like that it isn't that he helped her with her luggage. It was that it was a battery charger. So like, you know, like they were charging phones, and I just love Ben's charisma. Ben is the actor that plays Oliver, and I love his charisma on screen. I am a fangirl to the end on this actor.
It was like being in the Hunger Games with Liam Hemsworth, you know?
Yes. But
and I was like, I was such a Liam Hemsworth fan, even though, you know, in the book I was such a Peter fan.
But in the book, I mean, he's the character that you're supposed to care for, and a lot of things are forgiven a lot more in the book because his dad is dead. They do straight up kiss in the book, and in the movie, she like stops him. But I do like that because in the movie, like the whole thing about rom-coms is a build up to the kiss. And in the book, they kiss twice. They kiss in the terminal, and they kiss when they're at that like bench at the.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, please! I almost missed that. I was like, wait, they kissed in the terminal?
They did.
I was like, wait.
But even she says that the one that counted was their last kiss, right? Which is the first kiss in the movie. And it is about this buildup, and it's about the suspense.
That's that lasting feeling one.
Yep. But she even says it's because the other two were like goodbye kisses, and this is like a beginning, something new. This is going to be a relationship. It is going to like further. Here's the thing when building rom-coms. The more suspense that you can hold on to, the better that it is. So if they would have had the terminal kiss, they would have had the kiss at the funeral. They kind of had a kiss at the funeral, but she did stop it, and I do like that she did that. I think the choices that were made in the movie were very smart and wise based upon the medium that it was. I think that the kiss scene in the movie... I appreciate that. So like building upon it and holding the suspense till that last scene that actually matters, I think was beautifully done in the movie, and I do like the build up. So that's like my personal opinion on like rom-coms. I think the adaptation of it was very, very well executed, and it definitely made a book that is, you know, I personally have, like, I think it's a good book. Like, I enjoyed reading it or listening to it, but I have religiously rewatched this movie every week since December. She's a diehard fan
apparently now. So she's like, movie.
But it has a lot to do with they really leaned into statistics. Like, I love the Cupid narrator. I love the graphics that they use, which is why now on my YouTube channel, VFX Mage, I will... do the how to do those graphics because I think they're brilliant and great, and I love them. Like, I think them leaning into statistical probability, but because again, the movie did focus on both of them. You were following both of their love, like they were both falling in love with each other, and you saw both sides of it. In the book, you only saw her side, and you also saw how she could be hesitant. And a lot of the things that she does is actually very ambitious and very brave for her to do when she does not believe in the consummation of forever love. I mean, she saw the...
Yep, especially she says it in the airplane. You know, she doesn't believe in love. Was that only in the book? Was that only in the book?
I think it might have only been in the book, but it's because she says it in the movie as well, where she says not everyone keeps their promises.
Yeah.
Like, it's the idea, and
I don't remember.
And it is a very intrinsic thing where your parents' relationship does shape how you view relationships and romantic relationships. Like, a lot
That's very true. Like, kind of your whole environment forms your thought process of how you view the world.
And like,
that's the whole psychological part or premise of how people develop.
No, yeah. And so that's why I didn't like the Oliver in the book. It made a little less sense why he was so like romantic and so like this ideal guy. And it makes me kind of hesitant and wonder if, because technically the narrator was a close third person. It wasn't Hadley. Hadley was not the narrator, but I do think the narrator was biased in the book. And in the movie, I felt like she was more like statistical and more like neutral. And I loved it. I think there's an interesting
I think that definitely
way.
sold it.
I love that actress. Okay, she did so great. Yeah. But yeah, I do think that the influence of your parents influences your relationships. My parents were not together, nor was my biological father in my family, and I'm a hopeless romantic. Now, there are those people that, like, they go against the grain and against, like, what...
That's why they have, some people have that debate. Is it really your environment that forms who you are? Or your biology who forms who you are?
Yeah, the nurture versus nature.
Yeah.
However, statistically...
I forgot how it was said.
Statistically, it's a combination of both. Mm-hmm. So this is a conversation that I always have with my dad a lot. Jupiter thinks it's both. And I think that's a strong thing. Like, so when it comes to, like, me and how I see romance, I'm very influenced by rom-coms. I'm very influenced by romantic novels and books that I see. Like, literally, I think I was reading a book one time and I'm like, that's a love story I want. Like, that is how influenced I am. But at the same time, I also grew up in a family where my parents had the meet cute, the rom-com. Like, I literally could write their story and it would be a rom-com. Because they met when...
sell it and make money.
Well, they met when they were kids.
I know, that's why I said you could make money off of it.
No. And so, like, that's the one thing, though, I go back and forth on my dad, because I'm like, I don't have a normal upbringing. Because when you complain about my aunts or uncles, I don't know what side of the family you're talking about. Even when you're like, yeah, when I was a kid, when I was like 14, your uncle was really annoying. I'm like, you have 4 brothers and my mom has 5 brothers. Which of my 8 uncles are you talking about? When in normal families, that wouldn't be the case, because when it's like under 18 or under when you think your parents met, it's it's clearly their side of the family. But with mine, it's like it was both, and they're like interwoven and stuff. And so it was very interesting to see. And something that me and my dad talk about is that because his relationship with my mom and all their years of being together, it has made it difficult for us to envision a relationship less than theirs.
Yeah.
Like, we want their type of relationship, and to get anything less than that, it's just not worth our time, which is why all 3 of us are single. My parents were, okay, that part I read, I think it's both. That's the reason that I want romance so bad.
So bad because I didn't see it. I haven't really experienced as an adult getting into relationships because I didn't have a model of romance like you.
Yes. And sadly, that is a higher chance of couples not working out. Luckily, I mean, in my family, I think only one of my uncles ended up with his second wife. Weirdly enough, though, a lot of our cousins, Tiger, on my dad's side, have all the females have not had the best luck in their first marriage.
Well, I'm in that category.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I had a failed first marriage, so.
And so that terrifies me.
Learning experience.
Of choosing the wrong person. I think I idolize romance a little too much, too, to be fair.
I definitely did, because, if you know me, like as Gabby knows me, I'm a huge Disney fan. So I was that kind of Disney star in the eyes, kind of romantic. Everything is a learning experience. I'm not a romantic at all. That is not true. I know that's a lie. We've had this talk before. I self-sabotage, girl. Yes, you do. I will call you out on that. I'm not, though. I will call you out on that. Don't even start with me. 4% of me is squishy. More than 4% of you is squishy. I've called you out on your squishiness, too. You so want squishy. We've had discussions about the squishy. 12% now. She wants the squishy, and I've made her admit.
Nice.
Because of Promi. I know. I want squishy. I know you do.
I feel like there's a subtext I'm missing. It's not just
natural for me. But you like it. It's different, and it makes you feel good and happy inside.
But yes. So.
But yeah, that was mine. Wanting a Disney type of romance, meet somebody young when I'm young, and is that warm love? Not something I usually go for. Well, that's what you got. You seem perfectly, absolutely happy with it. I'm pretty sure that's what you got. You seem all warm and fuzzy.
I will not comment, but oh my god. I didn't take my last pill.
Oh my god. Did you forget?
I did.
You can't call me about on mine. Actually, probably let me more at mine because I'm not going to tell you how many days I missed.
Yeah, I was like, this is the first time in like over a month. But to be fair, these are, I could have a heart attack if I don't take them.
Yeah, I know you were on a deadline.
I was like, these are all heart medications. I love it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said yours is more important than mine, okay? That's why I'm going to get on you more.
That's right. No, Ibra's like that too. Like my brother, he's like, every meal, he's like, you're eating. Are you taking your medication? You eat to take your medication.
I will get on you more than you get on me. I don't care.
That's fair. No, yeah. Because even if I miss a day or two now, like, I get pretty bad without them. Like, I get kind of scary bad. But
yeah, that's why I said, you better eat something before you go to sleep.
Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. But I'm glad that I saw it. No, yeah, because I need to take them. I
want to know what love is. Wait, what? I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
Let's go on a romantic cyber date. Let's do this, Jupiter. Why not?
She would. I would go on a date with her. She'll buy you coffee. She's a coffee addict.
Who, Jupiter?
She's like, yes, please.
I can't drink. I was like, I can't be a coffee addict. I can't drink coffee.
I know you can, but you can have tea, and she can have coffee when you go to a place.
That's fair. Yeah. I can have
and you do like your Starbucks, so there you go.
I do like Starbucks. I really like it a lot, actually. But I try to be good.
But Yeah, that was my upbringing, and that's why I got married at 20.
See? Like,
and yeah, and I was married for quite
a long time. I mean, that's still success within itself, like the amount of years that you were married.
So, I mean, because I tried, and I believe that I was, as we're brought up as Hispanics, I guess, you're supposed to try in the old ways. You're
It's still
supposed to
pretty
try
modern.
and try and try. Not that giving up wasn't an option, I guess, in a sense, but what was the way that they would say it?
Yeah, I mean, with the Hispanic,
you fix what you fix what's broken.
You don't throw it away.
Yeah, you don't throw it away.
No, yeah, and that's the thing with Hispanic culture. It's very, I don't want to say machista, but it is very much diehard. Like, once you meet the family, you're practically already married, and you're like there, And so it is very interesting. Proud of you for your journey. No, yeah, like, you were married a long time. Like, so that's how my mom made me see it. Like, so, like, you know how in tennis I had to quit because of health reasons? My mom was like, don't look at the failure. You had 3 years where you proved 10 different cardiologists wrong. For 3 years, you defied the odds. Don't worry about the one match you didn't. And so that's how maybe you should look at your relationship. Like, you had so many years that you were a loving, committed wife and had that. Yes, it doesn't always work out statistically. I think it's like 51%. So it is a high chance. But, that doesn't take away from everything that you've accomplished in that relationship. So, I don't know. I think it's very impressive for someone whose longest relationship was 2 years, and when marriage was brought up, went, bah!
I don't know about
bah, you can go now!
You can go now!
It's a little too serious now. So I definitely do admire that type. I know it's never easy. I think relationships take a lot of work, and one of my favorite songs in the world are Soulmates Are Made, Not Born. And I do believe that I believe you create your soulmate by putting in the work.
I know what song you're talking about, and I absolutely adore that song.
I love it.
It's actually a song I sent to Seal. I almost said his name. Even though I think almost everybody knows his name in here.
Well, I accidentally said it in one of the streams because I didn't realize we use, like, tag names, and I only know yours and his real name, so I used his real name. I'm happy wasn't right for you. No, but that's true. Like, even though soulmates are made, not born, I also don't think that you should be in a relationship where it's more work than it's worth. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I personally think, like, if you're the one putting 100% of the work, you've done all you can, and then that's not fair. You need to, like, kind of let it go. And it's hard. It's not easy. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's definitely hard for a lot of people once they get comfortable in a situation. It's hard to break off and move on.
Especially such a huge commitment as marriage. Like, I know because of our culture, we were brought up with that being, like, divorce is very frowned upon. Like, really frowned upon. Like, divorce may be legal, but in a Hispanic family, they don't forget. But that being said, I definitely think that there are always relationships and situations that you never know because you're not in them, right? Like, unless you're in them, you should never judge. And, if it's not the healthiest environment,
you don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Exactly. So definitely also knowing that if you aren't in a state where you will flourish, or there's no possibility of it flourishing back to either what it was or, whatever the case may be, then yeah, I think the hardest thing is to let go and move on. But, is also something you need to do, and it's never going to be harder than the person that has to do it. And so, like, I think a lot of people take that for granted, and I don't think a lot of people get enough credit for doing that. They just see, like, other people just judge the failure, when I'm like, no. The failure would be to continue on something and suffer for the rest of your life.
Yep, I completely agree with that.
And technically, you're making two people suffer, not even just yourself.
Mm-hmm. Especially if kids are involved.
And yeah, and then I was like, and then it multiplies when, like, children become involved.
So are we going on our Valentine's Day?
So here's the thing, Jupiter. I work at Tiff's Treats for like 10 hours tomorrow.
And she is closer to you than I am, though.
Yes. So unfortunately, I don't have Valentine's Day plans except for work. I plan on making a ton of cookies.
So we're having fun at your job that I'm getting. You get cookies out of it.
Virtual cookies. I mean, technically I get off pretty early because I have to go in pretty early. So we'll see. I know Jess has just got a star named after her as her gift.
Yeah. Actually, I have, like, I think 2 other gifts. I don't know what else he got me. He showed me that one. He sent that an email. He's like, I don't know if it's going to get here in time, and I don't know if any other presents are going to get here in time, so here. I'm going to email it.
Nice.
So,
no,
I was like, okay. Because he just asked for my email. I was like, you need to save my email. Why don't I have you have my email saved?
I have it under one. Look at the stars. Look at how.
I actually told him, he knows I'm obsessed with stars and, like, the moon and the night and, like, nebula, which Jupiter knows because you and me discussed this. Gabby knows. But I never told Phil before that actually my name tag before used to be star. So I used to use that on everything before. You do know a lot. Oops.
Oops, tired. I do that same mistake, Jupiter. I do that too. I have to always catch myself. When I'm on these lives, I'm like, hey, tiger. But to be fair, I met you by your name because we're related.
Yes, you did.
Because we're related. I love how we did it. Why I didn't know that until I had to move to Cali. And my dad literally did a widespread, like, blast his entire family, like, who lives in California? And they're like,
actually, I think we did it while I was visiting here.
We were at Victoria's wedding. Mm-hmm. That's when we met.
This was so rude. But I told her, I was like, I don't think he's the one for you at our wedding. That was so mean and rude.
I mean, they're not.
But she didn't end up staying with him.
Like I said, cause
I just knew she wasn't for him.
Like I said, cause there are reasons I'm still single. Mainly fear of commitment.
I'm not sure I like the wording. Which wording is what I just said? I know it was completely rude. To be fair, I was in a lot in my emotions because I was having a lot of issues at the time.
That's fair.
It was very rude and bad of me. I probably should have seriously apologized to her.
Oh yeah, no, like, I love my cousin though. She's cool.
You guys did it?
What did we do? I don't know.
I knew you didn't mean it like that, but yep, that's what I heard you say.
I'm trying to think of what we might have said.
I don't know. I'm confused. Oh, I'm glad.
I don't know anymore.
Well, then you know we didn't mean it that way in a bad way, then.
I was like, I am so confused. But either way, yes. So we met at Victoria's wedding, and it still took me a while to go visit you. And it's funny, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who I was related to, if it was you or him. The first time I ever met you. Though, I mean, you cleared that up within seconds, and I'm like, great. I'd rather be related to you than him, definitely.
Especially after you got to know him. You're like, I don't like this guy.
Whoa, we almost got into that fight over police and things. Yeah, well, okay, so the only argument me and him ever had was like against police.
Oh, of course it was.
And he didn't like...
Was that the time I was falling asleep on the couch?
Probably, yes. But yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't really remember that.
Yeah, no, yeah, we were in your, like, living room and stuff, and he started going
Yeah, so
off.
it might have been that time I was, like, falling asleep on the couch, and you guys were talking.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because I was like, well, these were my experiences, and then he's like, well, I mean, that's not all of them. I'm like, I'm not saying that's all of them. I'm just saying these are my experience. Now, since then, I've actually had pretty positive experiences, like when I totaled my car.
Don't do that again.
It was an accident. It's not on purpose. I didn't mean to do it. I was very happy with my car. I wanted my car. I almost paid it off.
All the time.
It was a good running car. Like, I was actually really sad. And it took me a long time.
And like I was out of nowhere. What?
Oh. Yeah. I got into an accident like a year or so ago. And that's a miracle. No one ended up hurt. That's all I cared about. I was like, material things are material. I mean, yes, I almost paid off my car, and yes, I would have loved it. But I was like, I just wanted no one to be hurt, and I was so glad no one was. I'm gonna put Logan to bed. Night, guys. Night, Jupiter. Thank you for stopping by.
Jupiter. Call me tomorrow.
You're in...
Your irreplaceable cars are. You are irreplaceable cars are.
No, yeah, and that's literally the first thing my dad said. I love, though, how we were trying to keep it from my brother that I had gotten into that wreck. Yes, because he was out of the country. He was out of the country, but here's the thing. My insurance agent is my cousin from my mom's side. So I apparently wasn't picking up the phone fast enough. So she panicked and called my brother, who she didn't know was out of the country. And then me and my parents are like, so you ratted us out to the one person we didn't want to be ratted out to. He's like, normally it's the parents that you don't want to be. I was like, no, my first call was to my parents. Because I think it was Luis. Or it was one of your...
You would have gone out eventually for sure. You run like a damn spy.
No, it's one of your uncles that picked me up.
One of my uncles? Which uncle?
That lives over here in Dallas.
I don't remember which uncle lives in Dallas.
I think it's one. Yeah, it's one of my dad's cousins. That's, yeah.
I don't remember all of them.
Okay, well, whatever.
Because remember, I grew up away from the family for 20 plus years.
Yeah, that's true. So no, yeah, he like luckily came and got me, and he made sure that I was okay and all that stuff. So I was really grateful for that. Because I had no way home, and I had Sirius with me.
Poor Sirius, he was probably freaked out.
Oh, he didn't want to get into the new car. I literally had to carry him and like put him in the first time ever. Yeah, he was not happy.
He's like, save me.
Yeah.
Poor little Sirius. He's so cute.
He's already afraid of everything. That didn't help. He's living the good life, though, with his grandparents. He's living the great life with his grandparents.
The yard all to himself.
The yard all to himself. He goes upstairs in the living room to watch TV with Grandpa. He gets a bed every time he goes there. They have like 2 dog beds that they constantly move around to wherever he's at. They spoil him. You want to talk about a spoiled dog? Sirius is a spoiled dog. That's a spoiled dog. I even told my dad, I was like, I never spoiled Sirius that much. No wonder he didn't cry during Christmas when we left. He didn't care. He was like, bye. Lulu, I'm home.
Bye, Felicia.
Go. I was like, dang. I raised you for 3 years.
Hit yourself on the way out.
I love him. But back to I keep trying to go back to like our topic.
We're just so way out of it today. We had a lot of conversations today.
We did. I will have fun editing this, I guess. We'll see how it goes.
You'll have fun laughing at it too, to be fair.
We'll see what we keep. We'll see what we take. But yes. So those were my opinions on the scientific probability of love at first sight. Was that I love the movie so religiously that I watch it almost every day. And the book is...
I need to get Netflix back so I can watch it. So...
How about y'all sub and give us money so Jess can afford Netflix? That will be fun. Watch someone be like, here's your Netflix. No, I hate that Netflix is like really cracking down on accounts. I mean, I'm lucky.
I know, me too.
I'm lucky where I live with.
I was like, I would just kind of surf on either my dad's or Steele's mom's.
I mean, yeah, I've seen parents do that. No, my brother did ours, and I felt so bad because now my parents don't have Netflix.
Yeah, so I was like,
I'm like, you have every other thing, though. Like, every other one hasn't been, like, taken away. So I'm pretty grateful about that. Like, Disney and all that stuff. So, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Disney's still sharing them, but apparently Disney's going to crack down on that, too.
I hope not. I mean, again, it does not affect me. I'm living with the household of the person who's paying all this. My brother. But my poor parents... Literally, they barely watch anything.
So my final take is I'm kind of on the fence because I like depth for sure, but I did definitely love how much you saw more of the expression. You always love the visual and seeing it, but I can't help but hearing, since I listened to it this time, I didn't read it this time, solely listen to it, which I'm not used to at all, by the way. That scene where they're in the plane, which they also changed, but I forgot to mention my ADD moment. They aren't in business class. They are in economy, right next to this old woman.
Yeah, so... Okay, that's the only part in the movie that always threw me off is why that lady asked if they were together, because I thought it was like such a weird assumption in the movie, but in the book it makes so much sense that it's because they had...
Because they're sitting together, because sometimes you don't get the same seat, because that actually happened to me with my ex.
So no, yeah, exactly. So she happened to get the seat... the old lady or the older woman got seat B, and the girl and the guy had seat A and seat C. So when they go there and she sees them and she like looks at her ticket and realizes that she's between them and sees how close they are, she just assumes that they're together. She then talks to them about it. They confirm it. And then she's like, well, then never mind. You stay in the middle seat and I'll take the aisle seat. Which I think is very kind of her.
Yeah, it was very kind of her,
Here's the thing. I like how they did in the movie only because it gives them more intimate time and you don't have a random third person asleep. I mean, that's why she was asleep in the book, is so that they could have a more intimate moment.
More intimate conversations, and it's just their bubble.
But I like the business class more. I understand that they still kept that whole like line and stuff, that interaction with the older woman in business class. I just think that question kind of came out of nowhere in the movie, specifically because there is no indication that they're not just friends. Like in the book, it's because he's like all kind of all up on her or something way more like romantic than how they were in the movie at that specific scene. But I do think it's smart.
I about that, but just that scene though, I was so into it though, like in their little intimate bubble when I was listening to it.
Yeah, like I said, I do think they kept a lot of the essence of them being together. I think the only thing that primarily changed was Oliver's backstory.
So that's why I was definitely saying that I really loved the movie. They definitely played it out explicitly and showing both sides, because you always get that in the movie. You always see both sides a lot more, and you gotta love it. See more depth. But I definitely did love the flashbacks a little bit. Just maybe a couple. Yeah, I know you hate it, but I like it.
I just think they're unnecessary.
Like the whole book thing. That's probably like one of maybe the only flashbacky-ish scenes I think I really, really would have wanted.
Which book thing?
The interaction about the book that her dad gave her.
That flashback was in the movie.
I don't remember.
That flashback specifically was in the movie, where when they're in the ski trip, and he gives her.
Ski trip. Well, I remember her saying it, but I don't remember like the flashback.
In the movie, it happens. They're literally. It's a brief flashback, but it's there. They're in ski outfits, acknowledging that they were like kind of showing you that they were on a ski trip, and it's when he hands her the book that she now carries to give him back. Yeah, they have that flashback in the movie. Don't worry, I know that scene. I know every scene.
It's like, I know, I've watched it plenty of times. I was like, I remember most of it, but
it's a quick scene. I will give you that. But yes, they put it in the movie, which I think that is a flashback you had to have.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was going to say. I guess it was just so small you didn't really catch it or remember it if you've only seen it once.
Unlike someone who's seen it 50 times. Yes, Em.
So maybe a little bit longer, maybe not.
Again, time constraints, but yes.
I know, I just said a little bit, not a lot of it.
I think actually they edited
an hour and 40 minutes? I don't remember.
It was like an hour and 30-something minutes.
See, so it could have been a little bit longer.
But not for a flashback that really does not require anything but...
Just a little bit.
I do like, though, that they leaned in more to the father-daughter relationship versus a book that has her interacting with both. But I think they did that so that he wouldn't seem like such a bad dad when he asked her to stay for Christmas.
Yeah, I think so, too. Because I did like seeing that, too, in the book. That's why I said I'm kind of on the fence about it. Because you get a good sense of how her relationship is with her mother, too.
See, Ems agrees. It being longer would have been too much. Flashbacks are so tricky.
They're so tricky.
I agree.
I agree. It would have made it more believable that she would say yes to staying.
You almost
that's
kind of...
I didn't include it, but that's why I guess I'm on the fence.
I mean...
I like... But, I agree. I love how the movie was done.
I do think if I would have liked Hadley's character more, I might have wanted I would be on the fence, but I personally don't like her character as much in the books than I do in the movie. So I'm okay with loving the movie more.
That made him a little softer. They made him a little softer. The dad?
Yeah. But
also, I get her staying, too, because she's been with the mom the whole time. She hasn't seen her dad, a year plus, or so.
I'm telling you, Ben Hardy is a dreamboat. They did do such a good job.
You're going to have a hard time editing this episode. I didn't expect it to be this long. But
it's okay, I have
it was great because we had a lot of good feedback today.
Well, you know what's funny is the moment that I said I wanted to do a quick chat, in the back of my head I went, so it's going to be like 2 hours because I just jinxed myself into making it longer. And that's exactly what happened.
I'm going to laugh my head off at you.
Because it's happened twice. Literally, the last time I was like, oh, just remember that we have a 2-hour limit to this recording because I forgot what we were using. And we went 3 hours.
Oh, we were using that other software before.
So yeah, every time I've said, every time Yeah, every time I say that I want a short podcast, we always end up going like on these like rants and all these things. It'll be fun. I think this one will be interesting. I think this one is a lot more podcasty, even though we only half talk about the book to movie adaptation. I think you get to know a little bit about us in this podcast. So I think
You definitely did.
this one will definitely be a fun one. I do like one-offs. I do like the idea of one-off books and movies, just because unlike the Hunger Games where we like were arced over like 4 podcasts and we kind of had to remember what we said about each other, just like this is a one and done.
You must.
Yes. But fun fact, if I do ever create the how to do the graphics for Love at First Sight on my other YouTube channel, I'll put the link down in the description down below for that one, because I think those would be really fun graphic too.
Yes, the one down below with the YouTube code would be awesome.
Yep.
I know you might do it because I didn't expect you to do that PDF. I woke up and there was a PDF and I was like, what?
Yeah. It's just because I wanted a link to our Amazon affiliate. Plus, I didn't know how long it would take the PDF. So, and my computer was rendering, so I couldn't.
So you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't do anything on my own computer, so I was like, oh, okay, PDF. Let's go down the rabbit hole of every screen to film adaptation for this year. There's a lot. It's a whole big PDF. Go check it out. Bunch of books.
We're excited to hear feedback and for you to vote on next month choices. There we go.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised at how that's going. Like, I think YouTube and Facebook have the most interactions. And, like, that surprises me. Because I didn't think anyone would really vote on, Oh, Oppenheimer is winning on YouTube.
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I like Oppenheimer.
I do like Oppenheimer. I don't know if I would want to read that. It's an autobiography.
Is it an autobiography?
Of his life.
No.
And it's like 30 hours long.
Now you tell me. It's still interesting.
But we'll see. Because like the Facebook one, let's see what's winning. Facebook.
Because then you'll definitely probably hear stuff about us. So, because that's a lot of life-relating things too. So.
Okay. That's what's up. On the YouTube channel or on the Facebook, it's between One Day and Argyle.
I'm really interested about doing Argyle, to be honest.
I am not. I'm really interested in One Day.
You never told me about One Day, to be fair. You changed it on me.
I forgot about One Day, to be fair. Till Netflix reminded me, and I was like, One Day!
She changed it on me when we decided, and then didn't even tell me till after the fact. I had to ask her. I'm like, so I noticed something on the page.
I was testing her to see if she sees our social media. She passed. Better than what I do. I don't pass those tests. My brother does little secret tests for me sometimes. I fail every time. I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna fail every time. It's like, this is a test. If you were gonna take my food, I'm gonna take your food every time. Free food offered, I take.
I love free food. Who doesn't love free food? Come on now.
But anyway. Yes. So those two might be the ones that we do.
We shall see. We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to repost on Facebook. It's still there.
It's there, but we might have to reshare it just to push it out more.
Yeah.
Get more votes and stuff. Just resharing the tag. We did Twitch, but Twitch expired.
Yeah. Oh, did I should have done that when we had everybody in here earlier. I forgot about that.
Oh, where you could put the poll here.
Oh yeah. It says create poll.
We'll do that when maybe in the next stream.
Yeah, we'll do that next stream.
All right. Well, I think we are winding down. Any last thoughts on the probability of love at first sight?
I think We're gonna like doing one-offs here and there.
I believe that too. I am thankful to Ems for letting me know that this was a book. It was a good read.
Having us watch it all together, I definitely enjoyed that.
So yeah, so I'm glad that we got to see that. I have rewatched it many times, so I'm grateful to Netflix for creating this adaptation.
Thank you, Netflix. No, we're not sponsored by it, but we still enjoy their stuff.
Clearly not sponsored. You don't even have a Netflix account.
Well, I miss my Netflix.
A lot of us do. All right, I think this is us signing off. Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate you hanging in with us the past 2.5 hours. I know we did a lot of talking, but I'm glad you stayed with us. I think we had a lot of fun all together.
I have to wake up in 5 hours.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay. Well, now just remembering that. All right, this is our sign off. Don't forget, our social medias will be linked down below, whether this is YouTube or Twitch. We do connect all of our link trees, so if you want to follow us on any social media, you are more than welcome to. We also have Amazon affiliates for both of these books to movie adaptations and future ones. I don't even know what we're doing next. What are we doing next?
We're doing the quiz next week on Tuesday.
But what's the next book? We're doing Percy Jackson.
Yes, we're doing Percy Jackson next.
Yes, Ducky will maybe, fingers crossed, be joining us.
He should be joining us. He said he was almost done last we heard.
That's true. So, not next week. Next week will be the quiz for Love at First Sight, but the following week on the 27th will be our Percy Jackson talk. So please join us for that, as well as your thoughts and whether you want to read The Lightning Thief with us.
Yes, please join us for that. We'll be excited for that because that has a huge fan base.
It's very true.
So thank you for staying tuned. We hope you like and subscribe on any of our other channels because we are quite a few things here. So like, subscribe, rate. We hope to see y'all come back for the next episode.
And if you guys want to check out
the next chapter.
Yes. And if you want to check out any of our previous videos, go ahead and check out our Mockingjay series where we do review all of the 4 Hunger Games. My bad, I said Mockingjay. I'm falling asleep. Go check out our Hunger Games series movies. We did all the 4 book to movie adaptations, including the prequel, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This will be really, really fun, really exciting, and so if this is YouTube, it'll be linked above us or near us or somewhere. If this is not, if it is not, then go ahead and check us out on our Twitch if it's still available. If not, then it will be available on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. See you next time.
Have a great Valentine's Day.